All right, guys, I'm back at the yacht. I'm about to run some cabling. So all those wires that we've got from the back speaker pods, we're gonna run them this way. So let me get down in there and I'll show you guys what I got. All right, we're going down there. I'm gonna show you what we had to do. All right. So now we're gonna have to move this ladder out the way. This will give us a little room to work with and be able to maneuver underneath. All right, so you gotta, there's hydraulic hoses. Here's his line that's powered. It's pretty cool. Switch to feed in his shore power. Goes into a barrel. It's a whole mechanism that's utilizing this pulley system. Here's all the batteries. So I'm gonna have to climb in here, show you guys what we had to do. And this is why it's so labor intensive. When you're working on a yacht this size, here's these big motors. Here they are. Here's one. Now you see that last battery. I'm gonna zoom in because I don't wanna crawl back in. There it is. There's our 0 gauge power wire and our ground. He found red and blue, which is fine. I got my circuit breaker made by T-Spec. I got him a 200 amp. He's running, let's see, 3 amplifiers. I'm distributing that power to 2 different ones. And then what we'd have to do, you have to run it and zip tie it all the way through. So if I zoom out, you will see where it goes. It goes all the way around. I'm gonna climb in there because you gotta see how far this run is. And there it goes. And I'm gonna go back around. Let me crawl back. This is why a lot of people don't realize how intensive and how much time consuming it takes to do this marine audio when you're on site. Okay, so I'm gonna climb over. All right, I'm gonna move this ladder back the same way. Okay. Now here, I'm in between the other motors, so let me zoom back out. So here's the first motor, that's the side we were on, back over there. Here's the other. And there's my 0 gauge. So I ran it way up high, around. All right, so let me turn back around. So here we go. Here's this generator from Kohler. So I'll move this way now. Now, on this side is the other path. And there's his starting batteries. And I've got those 0 gauge wires. You can't even see them, but I'm gonna zoom in. There they are, both going right up top. And when I get upstairs, I'll show you exactly where they're going. And I forgot. Here's the 2 leads I ran coming from upstairs again, where those 0 gauge wires are going. And I ran them going into the swim platform. And I'll zip tie these when I come back. But I want to show you those 2, I totally forgot. All right, and here's those wires. And then here's the speaker leads. So I've got all my wires here. Got my audio cables for the Wet Sounds amp. I've got my RCA cables for my subwoofer. Here's my other 2 speakers for my towers. I'm bridging this amp, so we're gonna have full range on this thing. It's gonna be screaming. But there you go. And this is underneath the seat going above this motor. So we're gonna move all these wires away from all this so there's no noise or anything. But you could see, this is underneath the bench. So let me move out of the way and I'll show you how far I am. So that's how it goes.